Hey there, and welcome to today's video. For today's video, we have a bit of an interesting one, I think. So recently, The Sims announced that they will be introducing scenarios to The Sims 4. The way scenarios work is basically you'll get a random call asking you, hey, should I have a baby? Should I get divorced? Should I get married? So you'll get these type of questions basically from Sims that you don't directly control. And apparently, as time goes on and they update this feature more and more, it'll get more and more granular as well. So you can decide certain households you want to make these decisions for, or maybe different types of decisions. We've yet to see what exactly it's going to look like, but I thought, why don't we try building a house where it was a couple that had a very, very nasty divorce. They went through lawyers for many years, and one day they just decided, you know what, we're tired of this. Let's just split the house since we still don't have a consensus on what we're going to do with it. So this house is basically a house that was just split into two. It's technically what happens with a duplex, but I'd like to think that with a duplex there's a little bit more of thought when you're converting it, whereas this one was more out of a need, not because they wanted to rent it out, just because they couldn't decide who got the house, whether to sell it, or whatever it was. So the one side of the house gets the 2 floors, but they didn't get the living room or the dining room or the kitchen. So basically what happened here was there were 2 offices, the doors were taken off, basically turned into archways, the wall between the offices was taken down, and basically it ended up being like a quick kitchen that they were able to get in there. Thankfully, right beside the wall there was a bathroom, so they were able to get some plumbing. They got the cheapest things that they could have gotten in here. The archway that would have led into the living room, they put the doors there, shut the door, put bookshelves in front of it so the door couldn't even be used. The office desks were crammed and one of them is now used as a dining table. Things like that are what happened in this house. Now with the other half of the house, you can even see they would have to come in from the back door. They got the full kitchen, but they have a tiny bathroom because basically they had to figure out a way to get a shower in there. They got the whole dining room and the dining room set, but they have no living room. They basically converted that into a bedroom. They put up a wall, they just painted it white, they just left the primer on there basically and decided, this is enough, this is my room, I don't want to do anything else. Both units have paintings that they never got rid of, but they've just shoved into a corner. The unit that has the top floor as well, there's technically 2 bedrooms up there, and one of them, who knows what happened. There's a kid's bed, there's a toddler's bed, but this wasn't really made with where the kids are going to be in mind, so I put that in there for story progression. Was it that their kids were taken away? Did something happen to the kids? Who knows? The backyard is also missing all the fencing. Maybe it was taken down, so when it was made a duplex, there was an easier entrance. There's a pool that they started excavation, but then they just didn't finish it. So there's a lot of drama that you could have in this house. The question is, what happened? That is the question for anyone that downloads this house. Whatever they want to make this house into, whatever drama they want to give their Sims, by all means, I laid a lot of groundwork for you to be able to come up with a story. I felt like this was a relatively realistic duplex though, where you kind of work with what you already have instead of having the ideal scenario, I guess. And it's called a botchy duplex for a reason. It's a botchy job. They did it very much in a rush, didn't really care what it was going to look like. They just wanted to get the other one out of their way and basically just have their space, be able to live their life with whatever the divorce is gonna end up being. Heck, maybe it's not even a divorce, maybe they're just separated and needed some space. The house could very easily be turned back from the looks of it. It's just knocking down one wall, putting doors back where they're supposed to be instead of the archway, and basically calling it a day. Sure, there might be some plumbing that they need to move here and there, but it's a scenario where you could either work for your Sims to get back together or have a happy separation, each one their own way. But anyways, we are getting close to the end of this video. Do let me know down below what you think of this one. I don't tend to play with The Sims a lot except building, and I don't really know what these scenarios are going to look like, but from what I've seen, it seems like it's going to be quite interesting to see what ends up happening in the world. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great weekend!